Good morning, everyone, or afternoon or evening, whichever time zone you're in. My name is Amy, and this is yoga. So just as a little bit of a disclaimer, I am pushing through a little bit of a cold right now, so please bear with me. We're going to go ahead and get started by taking a nice, comfortable seated cross-legged position towards the center of the mat. Palms are up, index finger to thumb. Begin to soften your eyes and unhinge your jaw. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And we're going to remain here for a few breaths. Really think about opening up into your chest and pulling your spine nice and long. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhalation, reach your arms up nice and high, fingertips towards the ceiling. Draw your gaze up. And exhale, release your arms down. Draw your gaze down so that your chin is toward your chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release your arms down. Inhale, reach up. And this time as you exhale, lower your right arm down, coming into a side stretch, reaching into your left side waist. Inhale. And as you exhale, carve your left arm through and hold for a few breaths here, really fanning open your shoulder blades or scapula. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale, reach your left arm up. And exhale, lower your left arm down, coming to a nice neutral spine once again. Inhale, reach your right arm up, side stretch over to the left, and breathe deeply. Inhale. Exhale, carve your right arm through and hold for a few breaths. Inhale, reach your right arm back up. Exhale, lower your right arm back down. Inhale, reach both arms up. Look up towards your fingertips. Exhale and fold over your seated cross-legged position so that you're hinging at your hips. Now, really listen to your body. Only bring your arms as far forward as your body will allow you to go. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, walk your hands in and begin to transition into all fours or tabletop position. Wrists are directly below your shoulders. Knees are directly below your hips. And try to keep your hands lined up with your shoulders and your knees lined up with your hips. Upon your next inhalation, come into a very gentle back bend or cow. Start to turn your gaze upward. And exhale, round through, tucking in your tailbone into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat, and take your hips back to your heels into child's rest. If you would like to have your eyes closed in child's rest, you may certainly feel free to do so here. Inhale back to all fours. Exhale, round through cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale, round through to cat. Inhale into cow. And again, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again, take your hips back to your heels, returning to child's rest for a few breaths. On your next inhalation, come back to all fours. And again, exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, round through to cat. Inhale into cow. And one last time, exhale into cat. Inhale to cow. And this time as you exhale, start to tuck in your tailbone ever so slightly. Really think about drawing your navel in tight towards your spine. Shift your hands slightly forward so that they're starting to reach towards the top of your mat. Exhale, curl your toes under and knees and hips come up to downward facing dog. Try to keep your hands lined up with your shoulders and your feet lined up with your hips, and begin to really walk the dog, rolling through your feet, keeping your toes spread nice and wide, and focus on working with your breath here. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, continue to gas pedal through those feet, and hold your downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, take your knees back to the mat, walk your hands in, hips to heels into child's rest for a few breaths. Inhale to all fours. Take your hands slightly forward. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. And again, walk the dog. Inhale, hold downward facing dog. Exhale, all fours. Walk your hands in, hips to heels. Child's rest. See if you can start to really lengthen your body a little bit more into your child's rest. And on your next inhalation, lift your hips up. Slide your arms a little bit further forward and see if you can take your gaze to the top of your mat. If this is too difficult for your neck, you may certainly feel free to keep your gaze into the mat instead. We're going to hold here for just a few breaths. You should feel a gentle stretch into your shoulders, torso, release into your abdominals, releasing into your glutes, into your hips. Inhale and exhale, return to child's rest. Inhale, walk your hands in so that your shoulders are stacked directly over your hips. And I want you to really think about creating a nice long spine, stacking your vertebra on top of the other, and pull your chin in so that you're sending the base of your skull back. Inhale, reach your arms up, bring your palms together, and exhale, tuck in your tailbone, begin to fold forward, and then round your spine, and inhale, slide your fingertips towards the top of the mat into tortoise. Now in tortoise, I want you to really think about putting your breathing into your lower back. When you, or if you place your hands to either side of your low spine, you should feel as though you're filling up two balloons, bringing lots of oxygen to those renal organs or kidneys. Release your hands, reaching your fingertips to the top of your mat. Inhale to all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog once again, and walk the dog. Inhale, hold downward dog. And this time as you exhale, step your right foot between your hands and drop your left knee down into the mat. Inhale, arms come up to a low lunge. We're going to hold here for a few breaths. Now, if it bothers your neck too much to reach your gaze towards the ceiling, instead, you may certainly feel free to keep your neck nice and neutral by bringing your gaze forward. Inhale, exhale, see if you can tuck in your tailbone just a little bit more. Inhale, exhale, lower your arms down so that all four corners of both hands are into the mat. Inhale, and as you exhale, take your hips back to your left heel. and hold here for a few breaths. Now, if you find that you need to keep the knee slightly bent, you may certainly feel free to do so here. If you need a little bit of a deeper stretch, see if you can reach your hands around the right foot. Inhale, shift your hips forward, coming back to lunge position, and exhale, downward facing dog. And begin to walk the dog. Inhale, hold downward dog. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Drop your right knee into the mat. Inhale, arms come up, returning to that low lunge. And breathe deeply, tucking in the tailbone. Inhale, exhale, send your hips back to your heel. And again, if you need to keep the knee bent, you can. If you would like to reach your hands around your foot, you can. Really listen to your body. Inhale, shift forward to lunge, and exhale, downward facing dog. And once again, walk the dog. Inhale, hold downward dog, and exhale, take your hips halfway down into a high plank position. Really press up and through your shoulders. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, lower your knees into the mat, uncurl your toes, and bring your hips down, raising your gaze slightly up. Really press up and through your shoulders into cobra. Make sure that you're engaging your abdominals and your glutes to help support your low back. Inhale to all fours and exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, come all the way up to sitting. Reach your arms up and bring your palms together. Exhale, tuck in your tailbone. Here's Jenna the cat. Say hello to everybody. And begin to hinge forward. Slide your fingertips forward, returning to tortoise. Release your hands and bring your gaze slightly forward, or keep your neck nice and neutral as you reach towards the top of the mat. Make sure that you're elevating your hips ever so slightly. Inhale, return to all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. And again, walk the dog. Inhale, hold downward facing dog. Exhale, again, step your right foot between your hands. Release the back knee down. Inhale, arms up. Returning to low lunge for a few breaths. Inhale, exhale, hips back to your left heel. And again, you have your options. Either keep the knee bent or see if you can wrap your hands around the back of your foot. Inhale, walk your hands forward, returning to lunge. And as you exhale, curl your toes under, step back to downward facing dog, and walk the dog. Inhale, hold downward dog. Exhale, step the left foot between your hands, Drop the right knee down. Inhale, arms up to low lunge. Inhale. Exhale, hips back to your heel. Listen to your body. Some days we feel a little tighter than the others. Inhale, walk your hands forward back to lunge position. Exhale, downward facing dog. And again, walk the dog. Inhale, hold downward dog. Exhale, knees to the mat. And bring your hips to your heels, returning to child's rest. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, begin to step your right foot between your hands. Release the left knee downwards. Inhale, arms come up to low lunge. And exhale, lower those arms down. So we're starting to transition our way into our Surya Namaskars or sun salutations. As you exhale, curl the toes of the back foot under, lift the back knee, and step forward. Coming into forward fold. Now, again, if you have to keep your knees slightly bent, you may certainly feel free to do so here. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, reach up, palms together. Exhale, hands to namaste. Inhale, arms come up, gentle back bend. Exhale, swan dive, hinging at your hips. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step your right leg back. Exhale, release the right knee into the mat. Inhale, arms come up to low lunge. Exhale, lower your arms down. Inhale, curl your toes under. Lift the back knee. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Take your knees into the mat like you're coming to all fours and scoop through elbows, chest, then chin, coming into a cobra position. And again, with cobra, I want you to try to keep your shoulders down. Try not to sink into your shoulders. And again, with your neck, if you need to modify this, keep it nice and neutral, gazes forward. Or if you would like to take that stretch a little deeper, lift your gaze up. Inhale to all fours. And then exhale into child's rest. Inhale all fours and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, step your left foot between your hands, and then you're going to reach those arms up, returning to that low lunge. Inhale, exhale, release your arms down. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift the back knee. Exhale, step forward, returning to forward fold. Inhale all the way up to standing, reach up, palms together. Exhale, hands to namaste. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, step your left leg back. Exhale, left knee into the mat. Inhale, arms come up to low lunge. Exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift the knee. Exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, knees, elbows, chest, and chin. Scoop through and inhale to cobra. Exhale. Now either take your hips back from here or lower down to a push-up position. Inhale all fours and then exhale into child's rest. Inhale all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. And once again, walk the dog. We're going to stay here for just a few breaths. Inhale, hold downward dog. And again, exhale, bring your hips halfway down to a high plank position and hold for a few breaths. From here, inhale, exhale, take your hips back towards your heels. Inhale, push forward to plank position. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank position. Exhale, hips to heels. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, hips to heels. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, cobra position. And hold for a few breaths. Inhale to all fours and exhale, child's rest. Inhale into all fours and exhale, downward facing dog. And we're going to start to make our way into our warrior sequence. On your next inhalation, I want you to lift your right leg up into three-legged dog. Now, I want you to focus on really engaging and rooting your left foot into the mat as you engage the glutes of the right hip to open into that hip flexor. Take deep breaths. Inhale, exhale, take your right knee to your chest and hold. Inhale, exhale, step between your hands. Turn your left foot out to a 45-degree angle. Inhale, reach your arms up to warrior one. In warrior one, I want you to try to keep your shoulders and your hips as square as possible towards the top of your mat. And really think about opening into your chest. Inhale. Exhale, fold into your front leg. Inhale, step into warrior three. Keep the knee of your right leg slightly bent to allow for any corrections and balance. And I lost mine there for a second, and that's fine. Have patience with your body. Excuse me. Inhale, step back, open out to warrior two. Now in warrior two, I want you to try to keep your shoulders stacked over your hips and try to keep your right knee stacked over your right ankle and turn to look towards your left arm. I want you to make sure that your arm is lined up with your shoulder. Inhale, reverse that warrior. If you would like to get a deeper opening into your left shoulder, see if you can wrap your arm around your back, or if you would rather, you may certainly feel free to release your left arm down. Inhale, exhale, lengthen the right leg, coming into triangle pose. In triangle, I want you to try to keep your left shoulder stacked over the right and try to keep your hips and shoulders lined up. Inhale, take your left arm by your left ear, bend the right leg, releasing the right hand into the mat, and look up underneath your left arm. Inhale, exhale, lower the left arm down, lift the left heel up. Inhale, reach your right arm up into a revolved lunge. Breathe. Inhale, exhale, reach your right arm back. Push your hips back, lengthening the right leg, and take your right hand into the mat, into pyramid pose. In pyramid, if you need to keep the knee bent, you may certainly feel free to do so here. Inhale, shift forward to that lunge position. And as you exhale, again, take your hips back towards your heel and breathe. Inhale, shift forward to a lunge. Exhale, high plank position, and hold for a few breaths. Inhale, exhale, hips to heels. Inhale, high plank position. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now start to really adjust yourselves to find the evenness of downward dog. Try to press evenly through all four corners of both hands. Inhale, lift the left leg up, returning to three-legged dog. Inhale, exhale, take your knee to your nose and hold for a few breaths. Inhale, exhale, step between your hands. Turn your right foot out to a 45-degree angle. Inhale, arms up to warrior one. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, push off the mat, returning to warrior three. Inhale, step back, adjusting to warrior two. Inhale, reverse that warrior, either taking your arm by your side or reaching around your back. Inhale, exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, take your right arm by your right ear, swim in circle, transitioning into your warrior position from triangle into side angle pose. Open up the chest and breathe. Really think about rotating out so that you're opening your chest a little bit more. Inhale, exhale, lower the right arm down. Lift the right heel. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Inhale, exhale, push back to pyramid pose. And again, if you need to keep the knee bent, you may certainly feel free to do so here as well. Inhale to low lunge and exhale. Take your hips back to your heel. Inhale to lunge and exhale to high plank position and hold. Inhale, exhale, hips to heels. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward dog. From your downward dog, inhale, lift your right leg up to three-legged dog. And from here, we're going to rotate the hips out to the right. Look underneath your right arm. Bend your right leg. Holding here for a few breaths. You should feel a gentle opening into your right hip. Inhale, square off your hips. Lengthen the right leg. Exhale, take your right knee to your right shoulder. Inhale, right leg over to the left. Now this time we're going to come to rest on the right hip. Now in pigeon pose, which is what we're transitioning into right now, I want you to see if you can keep from rolling the hips out to the right. Instead, try to keep your hips square to the mat. And really think about lifting up and through your shoulders. Engage your glutes to support the lower back. Inhale, and from here we have the option of exhaling to release the forearms into the mat. Or if you would rather, you could also take your brow into your stacked hands. Inhale, lift your shoulders up. This time as you exhale, I want you to see if you can start to cross your left arm underneath your right arm. Turn slightly to the right. Inhale, both hands towards the top of the mat. Exhale, curl your toes under and return to downward facing dog for a few breaths. Inhale, lift the left leg to three-legged dog. And again, turn the hips out, looking underneath your arm. Bend the left leg and breathe. Inhale, square the hips. Lengthen the left leg. Exhale, take your left knee to your left shoulder. Inhale, exhale, come to rest on your left hip. And again, try not to tip. And from here, we have the option of folding forward. Inhale, lift your shoulders up, coming to rest on your hands. And exhale, take your right arm behind your left, turning to the left. Inhale, take your hands back towards the top of the mat. And exhale, return to downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, take your knees to the mat. Take your hips back to your heels, returning to child's rest. Breathe. Inhale to all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. And again, take the right leg up, returning to three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, turn the hips out to the right, bend the right leg. Inhale, lengthen the right leg, square off your hips. Exhale, take your right knee to your right shoulder. Inhale, exhale, come to rest on the right hip. This time, see if you can walk your right foot just a little bit further forward. You should feel a very deep but gentle opening into the right hip. This time from here, see if you can come down to rest on your forearms. And if you would like to stay on your forearms or up on your hands, you may certainly feel free to do so. I want you to see if you can turn slightly to the right by lifting your right elbow up and placing your right hand next to your right knee. Thread your left arm under and see if you can take your hands to namaste. Breathe into your revolved pigeon. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hands to the mat and return to your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg to three-legged dog. Exhale, turn the hips out to the left. bend the left leg. Inhale, lengthen that left leg, square the hips to the mat. Exhale, left knee to your left shoulder. Inhale, exhale, come to rest on your left hip. And again, see if you can take your foot further forward, bringing that knee towards a 90-degree angle. And either stay on your hands or come to rest on your forearms. If you would rather stay on your hands or your forearms, you may certainly feel free to do so. Otherwise, moving on to our revolved pigeon, lift the left elbow up, placing your left hand by your left knee, and take your right arm through and under. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands to the mat, and lift back up to downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, take your knees into the mat, bring your hips back towards your heels, cross your ankles, and roll back until you come into a nice, comfortable, seated cross-legged position. And go ahead and take your fingers around your knees and lift your heels away from the mat into flying cross-legged pose, really balancing back on your sit bones, balancing back into your sacrum. Cross the other leg over. We're going to lift those heels up for today, keeping the feet flexed and the toes spread nice and wide, and reach your arms forward and hold for a few breaths. Take your feet into the mat and bring your hips towards the center of the mat. Reach your arms forward, and we're going to release into that mat one vertebrae at a time. And from here, with your arms by your side, you're going to inhale. And as you exhale, tuck in your tailbone, navel towards your spine. And you're going to take both knees over to the left. Inhale. Exhale, take both knees over to the right. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Inhale. Exhale over to the left. And inhale back to center. Now from here, you're going to reach your arms up, inhaling, and exhale, take both arms back by your ears so that your palms are up and your fingers are spread nice and wide. We're going to stay here for just a few breaths. And I want you to really think about keeping that tailbone tucked in so that the lower back is staying as tight into the mat as you can possibly get it to go. Inhale, exhale, take both knees to your chest. And inhale, lengthen both legs up. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, release your feet down. A couple more times like this. Exhale, knees to your chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale, release. And again, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and hold. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, knees to your chest, and cross your arms over your legs. You should feel a gentle stretch into your lower back and hips. Inhale, slide out your left leg, flexing both of your feet. And again, with your toes spread nice and wide. As you exhale, lengthen the right leg and either wrap your hands around your calf or your ankle, or see if you can reach for and bind the toes. Inhale. Exhale, bend your right leg and take the right leg over your left into a gentle and modified spinal twist. Now, if you would like to get a little bit of a deeper opening into your neck, of course, you could certainly feel free to turn to look over the right shoulder. Inhale, square off your hips to the mat and bring your feet down, knees bent. Take deep breaths. Inhale, exhale both knees to your chest and hug your knees in tight. Inhale, slide the right leg out. And exhale, lengthen the left leg, either extending or keeping the knee bent. Listen to what your body is doing. If your body wants you to keep it bent, keep it bent. And from here, if you don't already have the knee bent, bend the left leg. And you're going to take the left leg over the right leg, returning to your modified spinal twist. Inhale, square your hips to the mat. And again, exhale, knees to your chest and hug your knees in tight. Now, if you would rather stay here, you may certainly feel free to do so. Or if you would like, you could pick up your heels and reach for and bind the toes so that your knees are towards your shoulders into happy baby. We have the option of shifting from side to side. Come to center, releasing your feet, knees to your chest, and take your feet down into the mat. Now we're going to start to focus on a bit of a lower back bend and a hip opener. So go ahead and take the right knee out to the right. Take the left knee out to the left so that your feet are together. And rest your hands into your lower abdomen. I want you to begin to feel the rise and fall of your abdomen upon each wave of your breath. Inhale, lift the knees and walk your feet out towards the edges of the mat, exhaling to drop the knees in and continue to keep your hands resting on your lower abdomen, feeling that rise and fall. Walk your feet together. And roll over onto your right side. Use the strength of your arms to come all the way up. Coming back to our nice seated cross-legged position once again. Inhale, reach your arms up. Bring your palms together. Exhale. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you for bearing with me. Hopefully I will completely have my voice back again, and I wish you all a wonderful rest of your day. Take care. Peace.